What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, we're going to be looking at more of the Polytitans, this other set of the semifinals, with Meisterlamp versus Estrella. This is going to be an exciting one. So, Meisterlamp with Chinchi, and Estrella with Quetzali. And the really exciting thing, these games are in V115 with the really good Explorers. Yes, this is a huge deal. Seriously, the Explorers are crazy. I probably have showed them off a few times already at this point because they're kind of nuts. But yeah, let's just get right into things. So yeah, Chinchi's hosting because Chinchi's a weaker tribe. This is an Archie map. And we see really good spawn for Meisterlamp, able to connect everything. Same deal for Estrella. Nice and solid connections here. And yeah, once you get your port connections going, get your development. Maybe you can follow up with mining if you're Chinchi, maybe Org if you're Quetzali. Interestingly, Estrella actually not going for the village and instead getting the ruin, which does pay off, getting the star ruin. And he's going to be able to use that to develop quite a lot, get a very good naval presence, throw a ton of defenders in the water. Meisterlamp also with the ruin here. And you can kind of see both sides so far just going full workshop, because they've got multiple opportunities to go explorers. And yeah, lots of just exploration with the defender rafts. We see a vet sword there, and oh my goodness. If Estrella cannot do anything about these warriors just sitting out on these villages, this could be really, really bad. We'll see what happens. This looks very favorable for Meisterlamp. Sailing, is that a misplay? Let's see this from Estrella's point of view. He has the vision to see the warrior. Yes. So what he should have done here is he actually does have the stars to make 2 scouts and kick this warrior off. But instead, what we see is just 1 scout failing to kick this warrior off, which is huge for Meisterlamp. Because this isn't just any city. This isn't just an important central city. This is the city for Grand Bazaar, letting Meisterlamp skip mining completely to get his first giant. And you can just see the amount of stars Meisterlamp has on hand. He has enough to get ports, connect everything. Really good explorers. Are going to get the lighthouse too? It does. Now, I don't think the lighthouse actually matters too much here, unless you can get all the lighthouses. Oh my goodness. Are we going to see all the lighthouses on a normal archipelago on turn 8? Am I dreaming? What on earth are these explorers? No monument at all. 2 monuments on hand. Sorry, actually 3 monuments on hand if I'm not mistaken. There's Grand Bazaar Park of Fortune. And then Eye of God you can also drop anywhere. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have it. He's very close to that 3rd monument. That is insane vision though, and just a giant right in the center. How do you deal with this if you're Estrella? Estrella's trying to expand to the other side, and you're going to be able to get access to a lot of villages. In the long term, you actually have better village access than Meisterlamp here, but Meisterlamp's village access is much faster because he has land connections to everything. And everything's just close by in general. And with this double juggernaut, this pressure might be too much for Estrella. Are the defender ships going to be enough? I'm not really too sure. He is going to be able to get his own giant in return, so maybe it's not over yet. You're going to be able to get a ton of vision. Maybe you can actually get Eye of God yourself, actually getting the monument. Let's see an explorer. This one's going to go north. Snag that lighthouse, saves you 2 stars on the first giant. Is Estrella going to be able to defend this against one of the most insane openings I've seen with Chinchi? And we see another explorer being fired off, just going absolutely crazy with these explorers. Maybe arguably a bit too hesitant with this one. Should have not gotten the giant so soon, because now there's a bit of hanging population here. So maybe a slight misplay. We'll see, is this fast start gonna do it? You can see Meisterlamp trying to settle over here. Lots of pressure. This looks really difficult. Can you hold on to this city wall? That's certainly a good try. This 1 HP defender here, can you... If you can hold on to this, maybe, just maybe. But the Juggernaut's going in here, and now, because you can't really pressure this walled city, I still have instead going for these weak cities in the east. But these are very important cities, because, you know, one of them's Estrella's capital. And Estrella resigns, just not even going to try and defend this. You can get a second giant if you get Grand Bazaar placed on a monument, but it's just not going to be enough. This naval dominance is crazy. Wow, what a way to start this set. So let's go ahead and cut to the next match. Alright, so we've seen this before. Meisterlamp hosting his Polaris, and this is especially scary for Estrella. Not only... Oh wait, is Aquarian hosting this one? Oh, they must have agreed to have Aquarian host instead. That's fair play. But the thing is, I still suspect Meisterlamp is going to win this because this is a good matchup for Polaris, even with Aquarian hosting. And also, this is the Polaris GOAT of all time. And we might see some of the most beautiful Polaris play. He's actually just going straight for the water with this Mooney. There's probably a village like here or here, but Meisterlamp does not care. Instead, taking this, what looks to be an island city, right in the middle. Going for that quick freeze. And kind of just slow development from Meisterlamp. Estrella able to quickly meet, goes for aquaculture. Breaks the ice, which might be a misplay here. Maybe hitting instead would be better. But Meisterlamp, kind of scared either way, decides to run, go for riding, and kind of tempt Estrella to step on the village. Which, does he do it? I would assume probably not. Actually, you can break the ice. Wait, was that a missed opportunity? Because you can step on the village here, break the ice, stop the Mooney from freezing you, and you get to keep the village. Well, I guess if you freeze back, well, you still get to capture the village. I think that might be worth it. So Polaris going for climbing. Pretty rough spawn, actually, but you're freezing a lot of this water. Maybe you can make something of that. Getting your third village, though, only on turn 8, which is really bad. Now we see waterways. And yeah, roads. This is kind of similar tech path to the game with Michiko. Kind of more expansion. Both sides, again, expanding pretty slowly, actually. So we'll kind of see how things go. And also, you can see Estrella with the waterways. And yeah, just more development. More unit spam. Going for another connection, getting that upgrade. Now, it looks like Estrella's just going to be able to keep this. The central village is going to be very strong for Aquarion. And in fact, this is going to be very, very good. I mean, you already have Grand Bazaar without it, but you can put some of those monuments here and possibly just throw a crab in the middle. There's a ton of resources here in the middle as well for Aquarion. Lots of aqua farms. You see Park of Fortune placed in the north. Forestry Ruin, not bad. Not holding the siege, of course. It would be very easy to unsiege, and you're only denying 1 star by trying to hold. Just not worth it. But this doesn't look very good for Meisterlamp. You're just off to a very slow start, so you're not getting trade for a while. And you only have 5 cities to 8. And is there even going to be anything in the south? Based on the look of how this continent is, we've kind of got like one continent here. We've got a smaller continent here, which is always a bad sign. Well, I guess there's supposed to be. I hate it when don't you hate it when like the game explores the capital and moves everything? But yeah, I guess this is supposed to be the continent with this city here, but Aquarian stole one of the cities. I'm actually going to use a different color so you can really see. So there's a continent, 2 island cities, and then 1 city over here, which belongs to neither continent that Aquarian also has. So Polaris might not get city number 6 straight up. It just might not be happening. And Aquarian is chipping away at the ice. Can Polaris do anything here? I mean, this looks pretty hopeless, actually. I was hoping to see some crazy Polaris shenanigans, but I might be disappointed this time. There's just not much you can do in this sort of position. I mean, you had really good density at the beginning. Maybe a bit overzealous with trying to expand here. I mean, Aquarian also does spawn on the intersection of the continent. Yeah, now with marine life, seeing the starfish, this looks like it's going to be GG's. And sure enough, we skip to the end. And Estrella takes both the wins. We'll see if they played a third game. Okay, so they did play a third game, so we get to enjoy one last Chin v Ket on dry lands. Hopefully this time it's not going to be 50 turns, but we can see Meisterlamp not hosting in the east and Estrella in the north. Very good spawn for Meisterlamp, my goodness. And we see this turn 0 Org. I quite like this opening. Very smart, just in case there's any farms. Might as well go for it. You're getting Org anyway. Why not get a turn 0? And we see an opening that I kind of like by Chinchi. I actually prefer going turn 0 Lighthouse, but I guess on drylands you kind of need to expand faster, so we see turn 1 hunting instead, which is perfectly sensible, and we know we want hunting anyway. And we're going to get some nice upgrades here. Unfortunately, our second city needs animals, but we see kind of normal development from both sides. Likely to see hunting, maybe riding roads, but most likely hunting by Meisterlamp. See resources. Is that where you're going to go towards the lighthouse or go towards expansion? Looks like it's going towards expansion. The lighthouse just isn't very helpful here. And the rider is going to stay there, hopefully snagging the ruin. Now we see hunting, explorer. Unfortunately, going backwards, revealing your own lighthouse that you don't really care about here. And Estrella is going to be able to keep the ruin, get a vet sword right in the middle. Oh, this is brutal. And Estrella is just out expanding the opponent like a lot here. And yeah, how do you defend this vet sword archer combo? Plus another archer on the way. Even a defender isn't enough to deal with that. And then also, Estrella getting the capital. If he expands a bit more, he has no problem getting I Have Got here. Now archery from Meisterlamp. Oh, 2 archers are actually just enough to defend. That's why it doesn't go for the siege. You need 3 archers because it has a defense bonus. So Meisterlamp actually might just have barely enough time to defend here. But very smartly, Estrella knowing how to play this matchup, not going for giants, nothing like that. You don't want to go for giants against Quetzali because you're leaving yourself open to cloaks. So this is very good recognition. So both sides kind of going for this archer war. We see spiritualism ruined, very unfortunate. But now roads to connect everything. I love how fast that animation is now. Instead of like sitting here for 10.5 years, seeing all of the cities connect. But everything's looking really good for Estrella. Meisterlamp likely to be stuck on 4, maybe 5 cities. Something's gotta happen. Some sort of attack here. Mining's nice, but it's not gonna be enough. And you're just kind of sitting here. Another connection. And just one more road, and that is Grand Bazaar. On the capital, first giant all the way in the back. Again, you can't take advantage of that with a cloak. And we see Grand Bazaar here, going for the level 3. possibly going for an Explorer in Frontline City. Workshop instead. Let me see, resources. Probably some more unit spam after that upgrade. You have just enough for 2 archers. We go Archer Warrior here. Smithery by Katsali. Trying to go tall makes sense. You don't have much to work with here. But it's kind of annoying that all these cities in the front are too low level to hit with a cloak. You're literally 1 tech away from diplomacy. You started with strategy, but you can't make use of cloaks here. There is a village here, but Estrella might actually be getting to it first. We'll see if anything can really happen here. This just looks completely dominating by Estrella. Estrella playing this matchup very, very smart. Understanding that you don't always want to take that default approach with Chinchi. Sometimes you have to switch things up. Just understanding how to play things out. And we see actually, yeah, instead of Chinchi going Smithery, it's Katsali going for the Smithery and Chinchi going for the Rider Roads that you might expect Katsali to be doing. Now we see Forestry. You can either go Mass Chop or just not. This is just a way too good of a position. I'd imagine this rest of the turn isn't too interesting. It is just Chinchi doing everything and then Meisterlamp resigns. So that really does it then. The finals is going to be Mishko versus Estrella, which will be very interesting. The second time Michiko has been in the grand finals in this Polytitans tournament. Can he finally get a win though? We'll see in the next video, because I'm going to be covering it in the next video, probably, depending on what order I upload the videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.